Hey guys, it's Eric. I'm back. We're into the rut now. It's time to talk about how to hunt the what I call the late peak rut. Now, what is the late peak rut? Well, as I've said in other videos, you have the pre-rut, the early peak rut, which is your first bit of chasing. Then you have the rut lockdown, and then you have the late peak rut. Late peak rut to me is after that buck comes off his first doe, maybe a second doe in his core area, and all the other does in his core area are either bred or not into heat. He's traveling anywhere excess to 1, 2, 3, 4 miles to look for other deer. So how do you hunt that? Well, this is that time you find those pinch points. You find that strip of woods between two crop fields. You find where a laurel edge can be a clear cut. Stuff you find edge, you find stuff like that. Stuff that's going to funnel deer movement, potentially between two doe bedding areas, between a doe bedding area and a food source. Something that's going to funnel deer movement. I have a spot I call the runway. After about November 10th, that's been a really good spot over the years. Had some really good deer there over the years. That's one of my favorite spots to hunt in the peak rut. And also the corner clear cut I like hunting a lot. Those are basically things you want to do. You want to look for those deer. This is the time you're going to catch those deer that you have never had, those bucks that you've never had on camera all season long, or maybe one random picture in the summer, and that's it. This is that time. Now, you could also catch a resident buck coming back after he made an excursion, and still seeking pretty hard to make sure more doe didn't come into his core area into heat. But this is pretty much that time where you're going to see those bucks you've never seen before. And when you get to those pinch points and those convergence of habitat, stuff like that, that's going to funnel deer movement. That's where you want to be right now. 100% where you want to be, especially if you have one that's really close to doe bedding, like I said, or between doe bedding. That's really going to help you out and help you get on more deer during the late peak rut. Now, when is late peak rut? It varies, depending on your area. But here in north central Pennsylvania, you're looking anywhere from about November 10th to 12th to about November 15th to 17th at the latest. After about the 17th here in north central Pennsylvania, you're into the post rut. You're into bucks in recovery mode, and pretty much everybody's not 100%, but most bucks are back to their core area where they're going to be for the winter, and that's that. So, like I said, you're looking at that roughly November 10th to 17th week, that time frame there, for that long range cruising, non-resident deer. And like I said, this is when you're going to have that chance to get a stud buck you've never seen before. Check out your pinch points, your convergence, all that, so your funnels, all that type stuff. Close to doe bedding is what you want to be hunting. So that's how I hunt the late peak rut. Drop a comment on what you think about the late peak rut. Is that how you do it? When's yours happen? Are you before me, after me? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And thanks for watching the video.